Hi, this is Toby with 24 Sound. We're going to talk a little bit about how to prep your GarageBand so it works for you. GarageBand is a wonderful program, but sometimes it does whatever it feels like doing, and you kind of have to tell it what to do. So we're pretending we're going to record a new podcast here, and we've got a new project. I'm just going to walk you from the very beginning through how to do this, and just so if there's anything, any piece of this that you're unfamiliar with, you will know this will be the sum of all things. So let's say we start a new project and we're going to choose a voice project. Now we're going to choose. So look at this. We have all kinds of tracks here and all kinds of stuff and knobs and buttons. So here's what we want. We want to be as simple as possible. And interestingly enough, we don't want all of this robot vocal and helium vocal. Surprisingly, this is not what you want for your podcast. So we're going to get rid of all this. And so all you do to get rid of things is you click on it and you go to track and then delete track. This is what? Command delete. So I'm just going to command delete everything. I'm going to command delete everything until I get to this narration vocal. Okay, now we're on narration vocal. You'll notice I have this thing down here. This is super important. We're going to use this. If you don't have that up, all it is this little thing here. I've got a lot of things open on my computer, so it looks like it's dragging a little bit. But that's how you do it. You just click the knob there and that'll pop up this thing. This is our effects. Here's what we don't want. Now, if you're going to produce your own podcast, you might want these things. But if you're going to send this out to anybody else, you don't ever want to have any effects on it. You're never going to want to have any effects on it. So we're going to turn all effects and EQ off. That's really all we need to do. Turn all effects and EQ off. So we're going to turn compression off, all this stuff off. And we also have this weird sends ambience. You notice that this is actually sending reverb out. Now, do you need reverb? Reverb is where you sound like you're in a cathedral. It's echo. We just don't need that, do we? Then we're going to go to EQ. Then we have some EQ here. Now, a couple ways to handle this is to go and just drag all these points down so they're flat. Really, you just want a line. Something like that would work pretty well. And the other way that's even faster to do all this is to press this I. So you can turn things on or off. We're going to turn it off. So have that EQ off, and which it already was. Then controls. You see this plugin things. If we twirl down the plugin, we can turn off. Oh, it was off already. Master echo and verb. Oh, it's off because I turned it off. So another way is just to turn things off here. Okay. Now, if that's confusing, it's basically two ways to turn it off. I may have confused everybody out there, but you just want to turn things off. Okay. So stuff is off here. And then now this is the channel. We're dealing with the channel. There's also a master output channel. So we'll click master. And we're going to do the same thing. Make sure EQ, look at it's on. We can turn it off. Output, looks like everything is off right now. Yep, it's all off. That's perfect. We want everything to be off. And then effects, we've got a master echo because every podcast needs an echo, right? So echo is off. So everything is off. This is what's important. Now, after you've recorded, then you're going to share. You're going to press export song to disk. And when it pops up here, going to export to disk, and we're going to choose AIFF, and we have two options, and then drop down box, 16-bit will be just fine for what we're doing. You name it as you want, you put it where you want it, press export, and you're good to go. So that's how you do it. Obviously, I just exported nothing to myself, but that is the trick. We want to get all of the effects and the EQ off because we're going to do that after the fact. So if you're going to send it to a professional studio, you don't want to have whatever EQ and reverb on it. That's just going to mess them up and make things so much harder and possibly even more expensive for you. You want to send out raw audio and let a professional do the rest. And if you have any taste or things that you want it to sound like this or that. Well, if you're working with someone good, you can talk about that. Say, hey, I want it to be more beefy, or I want it to be more clear, or something like that. And they'll work with you on that. So this is how we do this. Thanks so much for watching, and hope to talk to you. Thanks.